On the most unforgiving place on Earth, a father stands alone in the dark. Starving. Protecting a life he may never see. Welcome to Hidden Truths of Earth. Imagine standing completely alone in the absolute coldest and most unforgiving place on our vast planet, where survival seems entirely impossible today. The violent wind howls relentlessly at 200 kilometers per hour, while freezing temperatures drop far below -50 degrees Celsius now. And yet, in this brutal environment, for 2 entire months, one dedicated father absolutely refuses to move from his freezing icy spot. Because carefully balanced on his freezing feet, protected from the deadly ice, rests the fragile and precious future of his only child. In the frozen and desolate wilderness of Antarctica, lives one of the most extraordinary and resilient bird species on Earth right now. Standing proudly at nearly 1.2 meters tall, the magnificent emperor penguin is the largest penguin species in the entire world. But what truly makes this incredible animal so absolutely remarkable is definitely not its massive size or its beautiful striking appearance today. Instead, it is their unbelievable and highly unique parenting strategy that sets them apart from every other creature on this frozen continent. Every single winter, thousands of brave emperor penguins gather together on the vast Antarctic ice to begin their vital annual breeding season. But unlike most other animals on Earth, their dangerous journey begins during the absolute darkest and harshest time of the entire year. After an elegant and complex courtship dance, the exhausted female penguin carefully lays a single, precious egg on the freezing white ice. This fragile egg represents just one single chance for survival in an environment that constantly threatens to destroy any new fragile life. But right here is exactly where this fascinating story becomes truly extraordinary and completely defies all normal expectations of wild animal behavior. The exhausted mother immediately leaves her new family behind, embarking on a long, dangerous journey toward the distant ocean to find food. And the dedicated father bravely stays behind in the freezing cold, accepting the massive responsibility of protecting their precious unborn baby alone. The fragile egg cannot ever touch the freezing ice below, because the extreme cold would instantly destroy the tiny life growing inside. If it accidentally slips and falls, it could easily freeze to death in less than 2 short minutes in this harsh environment. So the careful father gently lifts the precious egg onto his warm feet, keeping it completely safe from the deadly frozen ground. He then covers it securely with a thick, warm fold of protective stomach skin, which scientists call the special penguin brood pouch. Now begins one of nature's most incredible and heartbreaking acts of pure parental devotion ever witnessed in the entire wild animal kingdom. For over 2 extremely long and agonizing months, this brave father will not eat a single bite of food to sustain himself. He will not leave his designated spot, completely sacrificing his own comfort to ensure his precious baby remains safe and incredibly warm. He will simply stand there in the endless darkness, carefully holding the fragile egg, enduring the absolute worst of the Antarctic winter. Massive blizzards roar violently across the frozen, empty continent, bringing blinding snow and deadly temperatures that would easily kill other animals today. Freezing winds scream relentlessly across the vast, unbroken ice, threatening to blow away the exhausted fathers who are struggling to remain standing. But these incredibly smart emperor penguin fathers have developed a brilliant and highly effective survival strategy to fight the deadly freezing cold. They quickly form massive, tight huddles together, with thousands of freezing birds packed closely side by side in the dark winter storm. They act exactly like living shields against the brutal cold, sharing their valuable body heat to keep the entire massive flock alive. Each freezing penguin slowly rotates from the deadly, freezing outer edge toward the much warmer and safer center of the massive huddle. This creates a perfectly balanced and entirely fair system of collective survival, ensuring that no single father freezes to death out there. Even during the absolute worst and most violent winter storms, they successfully protect the precious, fragile eggs resting safely beneath their feet. Their incredible teamwork and unwavering dedication are the only reasons this magnificent species continues to survive in such a completely hostile environment. As the endless weeks pass by slowly, The starving fathers continue to lose massive amounts of their crucial body weight every day. They rely entirely on their stored body fat to survive the brutal cold, pushing their physical endurance to the absolute maximum limit. The endless polar night finally begins to fade away, as a faint glimmer of sunlight slowly returns to the frozen Antarctic landscape. After 2 incredibly long and agonizing months of complete darkness, a very faint and magical sound finally emerges from the freezing silence. A tiny, delicate crack suddenly appears on the surface of the precious egg, signaling the highly anticipated arrival of a new life. The exhausted but incredibly excited father looks down carefully, as the tiny, weak chick finally begins hatching from its protective white shell. This magical and truly heartwarming moment is the ultimate reward for his unbelievable sacrifice and endless suffering during the brutal winter storm. But a major problem quickly arises for the new family, because the mother has not yet returned from her long ocean journey. The newborn chick is extremely hungry and desperately needs immediate nourishment to survive its first few critical hours in the freezing cold. So the completely starving father does something truly astonishing and heroic to save his tiny, fragile baby from dying of severe hunger. He magically produces a special, highly nutrient-rich milky secretion directly from his own throat to feed his precious newborn baby penguin. This incredible biological adaptation allows the dedicated father to keep the tiny chick alive for a few more days until help arrives. He carefully drops the life-saving liquid into the hungry infant mouth, ensuring it has enough energy to survive the freezing cold. Finally, after many long, exhausting weeks hunting out at sea, a large group of well-fed mothers begins returning across the ice. The mother penguins call out loudly across the massive colony, desperately searching for their specific partners among the thousands of identical males. Through a highly unique and incredibly complex vocal recognition system, the loving parents finally find each other in the massive, noisy crowd. The mother happily greets her exhausted partner and immediately takes over the crucial responsibility of caring for their beautiful, tiny newborn chick. She gently transfers the fragile baby onto her own warm feet, providing it with a fresh meal of regurgitated fish and squid. The precious little chick is finally completely safe and well fed, surrounded by the incredible warmth and deep love of its mother. Now, the completely exhausted and starving father, who has bravely lost nearly half of his entire body weight, is finally free today. He can finally begin his own incredibly long and dangerous journey toward the distant ocean to find the food he desperately needs. His unbelievable sacrifice has successfully guaranteed the survival of the next generation of magnificent emperor penguins in this brutal, frozen wasteland environment. In the absolute coldest, darkest, and most unforgiving place on our entire planet Earth, one very simple and profound truth always remains. Survival here does not depend on sharp teeth or deadly claws, but on incredible teamwork, extreme patience, and pure, unconditional parental devotion. Sometimes, the absolute strongest and most powerful love in the entire world is simply the quiet, enduring strength of a dedicated father. A father who is willing to stand completely still in the freezing cold, sacrificing everything he has to protect his precious child. This extraordinary story of survival reminds us of the incredible resilience of nature and the powerful bonds that connect all living creatures. Thank you for watching this incredible journey with us today, and please subscribe to Hidden Truths of Earth for more amazing stories.